if an Enigma has a black cuddle and it's BKB'd,
Yep.
right? Like, sure, if you cookie them to stun a non-BKB'd one, that makes sense. But the fact you could just literally get out of it when 4-star, for
Oh
example,
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
work.
Like yeah, like let me rephrase that. Sorry. Now that that's been removed, everything else in the hero is
She's
fine.
like,
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because I know a lot of
But
people are fixated on the ultimate. It's like, it is a lot of damage, but it's very easily countered by, like, if you have a puck, for example, you just dream call from afar and interrupt that ultimate. Like, that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't think about is you're really far away from a fight if you're using kisses correctly, or you're close enough that you can be interrupted easily.
Empire have given themselves quite a lot of setup for the Snapfire to get these good ultimates off. In
Definitely.
terms of obviously Magnus RP, you then have the Fear and obviously the Maze coming from the Willow. But the only issue here is simply that FlyToMoon, they have this life stealer, naturally a core that if against Snapfire in lane has some sustain. You can see how they were banning out Abaddon, for example, is a good sustain for those mid game fights. But when you think of laning phase, life stealer has that sustain. He's also got the rage to deal with the Willow spells, but the Magnus v Lifestealer does allow for the obviously it's kind of Magnus favored. You can farm a little bit quicker with Empower, and also you can enable another core to then bully out the Lifestealer. So, for example, maybe some PA type hero to combo with the Magnus, very classic, could punish him. I hope Empire don't go for Bloodseeker because Lifestealer is insanely good against Bloodseeker #1, but yeah, I'd like to see them just pick up a standard core. Maybe even leave it to last pick and just pick a very generic mid lane here and allow themselves to get that perfect carry pick. But
Something like the Tide could work well. We saw it work for FlyToMoon. I don't know if they play it in the mid themselves, but they have
no,
the
no, no,
option to
no.
run it offline. I guess the
I
lifesteal
don't
is
think.
bad though, right?
Yeah, it'd be horrendous. They just right now they just need a mid lane and they need a carry.
Would you like to see like some sort of big ultimate mid laner for Empire though? Or just like a low cooldown one, like a Lena type style hero that can just go in, find a pick off constantly through the mid game?
The issue is simply that their only frontline right now is this Magnus. Snapfire Willow, they want to be a little bit behind. So if they go for this lane pushing mid, ooh,
I mean,
okay.
that's a
Here we go.
pushing hero, whether
So
it's
is it gonna be a snap? So
is it Snapfire
potentially,
free or support, right?
yeah,
That's
it could
the big
be the
one.
5 natures of yeah, okay, flexibility left, right, and center from Empire. I am simply worried about the amount of like holes they have in their draft, and by that I mean their approach to team fight. Where's your front line in your kind of wall, the wall that you provide in your team fight? And right now it's the Magnus up front, and then you're gonna have 3 heroes behind, maybe the Fury and TPing behind. But overall, your kind of aggressive wall that you push throughout the map isn't really there. And then when FlyToMoon slapping a Batrider at the end of this second phase pick, it's whew, this is the Batrider punishes the natures very much.
Mhm.
Obviously punishes Willow as well.
This is
And
a big part of
it's what it
why
is.
split pushing's hard this patch, right? Is like heroes with Batrider being very popular, this quick 5-man grouping, it makes it harder for you to justify split pushing, and Nature's Prophet is a hero that's always been about that inherently.
Yeah, it's just hard right now because Empire they've got quite a lot of gimmicky heroes together where they've got maybe the RP into the Snapfire ult combo, and then you got maybe the push potential and like the early aggression from the Furion maybe, but then you this Batrider counters it. Lifesteal is not really countered by he counters the Snapfire. So it's like you got a really clean looking jar from FlyToMoon, and then you have a really gimmicky jar from Empire. And we saw in the last game that FlyToMoon, their laning phase was so strong in terms of the way that they moved, the way that they reacted to the enemy movement. So Empire, they've put themselves in an awkward position again where if their laning phase goes poorly, then they might struggle again in the mid game trying to group up. Because how does this team group up right now? And now you have a storm as well.
Oh.
They have no lockdown. They have a natural bomb for the lifesteal to get into. You have no good stun. You literally got Cookie.
I mean,
Technically, you got a root from Bramble Maze, and you have an RP. Like
but all
Empire now has
those
to
can
pick a
be
hero.
dodged with quick reactions, right? Like, it's not like there's an instant stun available to you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the storm has to be sleeping to not to get hit by a cookie or the RP or anything like that. Like Empire have to pick a hero that can provide lockdown, insane damage from with the Magnus to get through the life stealer. Like
All right, there you
okay,
go.
it provides
It's
lockdown, it does the damage, but
how do you
it's
easily
a
catch him
slow
again?
hero.
Is it me
It's
or
a
does it
slow
feel
hero.
like the whole draft is about the Snapfire?
The, but the whole day today, right? We've watched 3 games right now, right? And
Mhm.
in 3 games, we've had one team with aggression, tempo, moderate cooldowns, ability to fight no matter what, even if they're out of position. There's like it's a low risk draft somewhat. And then we have the other team that has either niche picks or early game timings or high cooldowns, and then they lose. Like the team that has the even well-rounded draft wins, and the team that has a little bit more reliance on hitting that key spell in that key position to utilize a objective, it loses. So right now, Empire, they've gone for the losing kind of style of today's games. So I'm ready to be impressed. Like they have. If Void didn't have the Magnus, I'd be really scared. But because they have the Magnus to enable the Void, they can potentially get this Void up to a certain amount of farm to be able to fight them. But if you don't have the Chrono, where's your fight? So uh, yeah, it's. Whew, I am scared for Empire Hope.
Yeah, you're in a situation where what you really actually need is Mastery's lane to be a win because that's the most feasible one, and then you need to flip that into rotations constantly across the map. Whereas for FlyToMoon, like Storm Spirit has proven itself quite the scary factor when lifting its own bubble. Obviously, Batrider, very good early ganking hero, and Lifestealer is this type of hero that doesn't tend to lose lanes. It's very rare that we see a Lifestealer walk away from a lane rough for wear.
The saving grace that you have here is the Magnus should get free farm mid, where the Storm can't really punish him. Magnus naturally just going to buy a bracer or two, farm mid, instantly farm jungle, and can very much accelerate his farm very quickly compared to the Storm Spirit. Of course, Storm can jungle as well, but it's a little bit slower. Especially if the Furion has a good lane, he can then rotate mid, take that early tower, and then you can start dismantling FlyToMoon from the mid lane. I think if the Storm has a good game, it's going to be really hard for Empire to play the game. Like if he rushes Orchid and the Void then has to go for a Manta, and it's like the Void doesn't want to go for maybe defensive items. He wants to be as aggressive as possible
Exactly. And
to
if you get the
kill
BKB
him.
too early, you lose your relevance later on as well.
Yeah.
And
He's going to want to go Maelstrom and then Manta after that. And it's like, that's still going to be around about 8 to 9K gold, right? So you've got this kind of 15, 20-minute window where if the Storm has a really good game, complete free farm because the Mag can't pressure, then you've got a free Orchid, you punish the Void a bit more, then you can start taking towers. So,
I think I
yeah, I
like
think
the idea of Empire like giving space to the Willow at the end of the laning phase, so you can get a good timing on Yules, right? Because that feels like the only way you're going to catch this Storm early on, other than like him slipping up, is if you get quick Yules timing into Bramble Maze stunts.
yeah, I think it's just going to be a natural movement where the Mag maybe goes to farm jungle, Willow can rotate in.
Yeah.
Maybe you get an early rotation where the Willow comes mid, you get the Skewer onto Storm, get a nice Bramble Maze out. But no, I think it's very spooky for Empire, simply that they have to make critical map movements in the
Could
first 10
they?
minutes. And they weren't able to do that in the first game.
No.
So that's where my
It's a
concern
little bit
lies.
easier here with the Nature's Prophet, though, right? Like, this is naturally one of those heroes that can just press one button and show up. That's why
It
he
can,
was
but
very popular for a long time.
going on to the rune.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's a position
Oh,
5,
Scat
Snap 5, by the
Blast.
way.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was looking at is we usually see this when people
Where's the
experiment with
cookie?
it is 3 to 5. No cookie, which is upsetting to me, actually. I think like cookie is the most potent skill in the Arsenal Snapfire.
I think
Can
my
James get
rating
this?
of Snapfire spells is I got hit by the oh
Oh, he
no.
got him. First blood. And he done him a favor, really, because he needed to walk top anyway.
I don't think it works like that, mate. Not gonna lie.
Well, to be honest, he's just drawn a line. He's like, I'm going back to base and then top. So
I'm leaving.
he kind of reinforced the point. He's going to TP there, but he'll be able to regen. But
The
I
early
think we're
point in
good.
Snapfire, it's
Yeah.
there's not Snapfire. The Scatter Blast. It's mainly, most likely in terms of logic based, it's going to be to secure, let's say, the range creep in the lane. When your Void lets it's a Batrider, just get that range creep, bada bing, bada boom, get your XP. Don't have to be in a bad position.
So do you think that going for the attack slow and cookie at level 2 is a little bit of a bait, and Scatter Blast is better to secure the creeps?
It's very much situational. I think
Yeah.
Cookie's really good at securing rune. Yeah, you can get the bounty rune if you have the right hero. Maybe provide some kill potential, but
Zoro's getting the
it's
crap
pretty
kicked out of him
underwhelming.
here.
He's just getting slapped. Oh, and
Oh, just ooh, the courier.
gulp.
It turns out the cores are learning now. Meanwhile, top Slayer, one more hit was needed. They couldn't get it. Another silent
This
taking a lot
top
of
lane
damage.
is so crucial for Empire. They have to somehow they have to punish this top lane, give Master a little bit of XP, allow him to move mid, take this early tower, make movements, and then force FlyToMoon to be on a little bit of a back foot. Because Storm and Lifestealer, they need 15 minutes or so of free farm to then be dominant in this game. If they aren't able to have free farm, losing out their jungle, losing out their lane, then Empire can enable this void to have some grand control of the game, the tempo. But it's like
It's one
so
of those
critical.
opposite things.
Everything has to go right for them right now.
Yeah, last game, FlyToMoon, they were the ones who had to like play aggressive, whereas in this type of game, they're the lineup that can afford to sit back and chill. And Slayer, well, James has no chill, but he
He's a
cancelled
liver.
his attack.
He's a liver.
Now he's gonna stay alive, and the punishment is really coming out of the void. He'll finally be forced to probably. Actually, no, he can just tango. He's got the big stick. That's one of the wonderful things about Void against Batrider, right? Is like you have the means to just kind of offset and reset each time. You will suffer a little bit on the CS eventually, though. But
You
always
can
want
see
to
the
fly.
void just eating up the trees, getting rid of the.
Exactly, he's
ability
running out of
for a
places
tree
to
to
hide, and
free
there's the
path.
cookie. Gives him a treat. However, this is backfiring quickly. He has got the time walk, and he's just baiting out to the maximum. But is he still dead? It's
Doesn't
gonna be
have a
close. He's
stick, and
gone.
He's dead. Yep. Honestly, the new build from Batrider is not going for Firefly, just going for the big napalm into Flame Breakers.
It's so much less
The amount of
investment,
damage.
right? Like with Firefly, it's like, okay, I have to be right in this, whereas you can very easily work out whether you've got enough damage with Flame Break.
And especially because it's damage over time, Void, he's like, he gets 1 tick, 2 tick, then he has to like jump, and it's like, if he jumps too early and it's still ticking on him, he has to really like calculate the right time to jump, because he jumped so early there that it just ticked him down. And of course, there's no way he lives there. His stick was on cooldown anyway, and he can't salve, can't tango, so.
And with the type of heroes that exist right now in the meta, right? Like heroes like Park and like the Void as well, they suffer from dots a lot. James suffers from a lack of health very quickly. Shadow Realm to try and get him away will be successful. They can turn around and kill off Slayer, actually. Boop. And one more hit needed, but Mastery can't hang around. But the thing I was going to...
Willow had literally like 67 mana when they went on her, and it was like, no mana, no mana, no mana, and I got mana.
So he's
Bye.
just mashing the button, right? If we have player
It
perspective.
was like, this will be, I'll have enough mana soon, don't worry, guys. That was so close to him dying there.
The thing I was going to highlight is like Batrider, it feels like this hero is coming back off the back of especially like these Dispel type heroes falling off. Lifesteal the exception. Abaddon, he's still getting picked, but it's going down a bit. Same with Legion Commander. As we start to move through that, away from that rather, do you feel like Batrider is just going to become more and more dominant of a pick?
It's just a nice pick to, when you see these heroes that are a little bit more immobile, slow, or easily punished. Like when you see a Furion and you can predict it's a core, Batrider just punishes that straight up. So it's just a free pick, and also it's a solid laner. You can very easily, if the lane's hard, you can try lane and leave the Batrider by himself doing some lane skip. So it has the potential to be a Darkseer or a Doom type hero that can just sit behind the tier 2, grab some creep waves, and just farm up. So it's just, there's a lot of potential to play. Also,
And
it's a free initiate. It's
it's
just an all-round good hero right now.
Yeah, it's the type of hero that can actually punish the support that comes to stop him from doing that pull, right? Because you just stack the napalms, and as we see in the flame breaks, oh, you're dead.
I just don't want to see it as a support, you know, like the last game. Support is pretty underwhelming. It has
Some
to have
teams
like
do it
such
well.
a clear. It has to have such a clean purpose in the game. Oh, Kadaro, what's happening, buddy?
Oh no.
Oh, he's gonna probably have to adjust his tier system after this game, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. That's
Try
not
to get
the
B plus to B minus, maybe. Let's not be too extreme here. It's only one misspell, but let's go
I
for
mean-
B minus for now.
I mean, I may not be a pro player. I do play a lot of Snapfire, and I can say that is not how you want to use that spell. You have to make
It
them
was
run
really
away
close
from you.
to hit him, by the way. Let's not be too
Well,
extreme.
like,
actually.
yeah, but it's a melee hero. You're never going to hit him if he stands still. That's the problem. When the
He was-
counter to you in that situation is the person standing still, it's a little bit awkward.
It's fine. He'll get his revenge when he gets his ultimate. That thing is absolute beauty to
It's
watch.
beautiful damage, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of items. A lot of items that the hero, neutral items that the hero loves to use as well. Like the net is pretty good for setting up the cookies. One of the heroes that actually quite likes the shroud, right? The one that increases the magic damage.
Yep, that is the correct item.
Shroud. I've actually forgotten the name of it for some reason.
It's the shawl, right?
Sure. Yeah, I don't know why I said shroud. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan of him. Okay.
Look like you said shroud, and I was like, hold up,
I
it's
was
not
like,
shroud.
it's
but
not
shawl.
shroud, but you know, it looks like
General's
it's
diving, getting a free kill on Kadaro, and they're going on top, but let's
Free
watch him
dead.
farm mid. Very
So,
cool.
so remind me the part. I believe there was a part in this T where you said the Empire
yep.
kind of have to come out of the lane swinging.
They do. They need to do well top, but again, Lifestealer has good sustain. Furion doesn't really provide insane pressure to this hero, so it was hard nonetheless. But he had to make the first move. make some punishment into mid, take the tower. But Iceberg shown it in the previous game and this game. His ability to push out his lane, read the map, and make the right rotation whilst not missing farm is critical. Like his mid lane's just pushing in now, so if he has TP up, which I assume he might have because he's maybe walked up, he's going to be able to then just TP straight away back to mid and farm up. So I think Iceberg's rotations is what is dismantling Empire in these laning phase. Outside of course, just the basic.
All right, look at that. We're back. That didn't take too long. See, you were like, oh, God, long game. Going to be here all night. We might still. You never know. There might be more connection issues. But for the moment, we have returned.
And instantly into aggression onto Void. Poor soul.
Oh, God.
Just that was so close to death.
Yeah, luckily that was the final tick of the flame breaks.
You know, they ran the numbers on that, right? They had their pencil and paper and they were, oh, wait, what? The Rubik's DC'd.
Well,
they're
we got
playing
time.
without,
Quick, get your calculators out, boys. We're going to be here a while.
No, guys, they're playing
without the Rubik.
Yeah,
You're right.
Exactly. The admin has gone. So what they've done is they cut to a break so that they didn't have the discussion between players and admins to see if it was Empire being the bad guys or if it was the admin being, the guy doing the rule book.
So we blame everyone.
Now we're just playing, which is kind of cool. Let's go 4v5. This is what Empire needed. They were kind of getting out rotated, but now without the Rubik.
Oh, that's definitely the easy answer for every game. What we need is for one of them to disappear. Does anyone know a group of hackers that we can get in contact with?
Use code EMPIR 34.
Oh, well, there we go. Straight away, the results as they just overwhelm Lifestealer. As yet,
this is kind of underwhelming. Like FlyToMoon were playing such a good, like the first game was really good. This game they had kind of good promise and playing the lanes. Obviously, it's kind of static lanes where it's just you're not really gonna expect too much flash stuff from FlyToMoon other than the Storm Spirit. But poor blimey, now you just got it's an absolute wrench in it. Empire just been given themselves a free passage back into this game.
But
through potentially the most unsportsmanlike.
I mean, it's so long you're gonna wait.
No, of course. Like if they have a busy schedule, if they have more games, etc., you can't really rely on it. But this is. I wouldn't like if Empire win this game, I wouldn't feel good in the win. It's just like okay, we just beat them 45.
FlyToMoon win this game. My God.
Then we're front page of Reddit, baby.
This wouldn't be the first time the Empire was involved in this type of game. I remember when they had Kuman in the roster and there was a incident where he was disconnected for 50 minutes, I think it was.
Crikey.
And they managed to win that as 4v5. I think it was they won that, yeah. He was an Urso, I believe.
The most comical thing about this is Core Furion is actually extremely underwhelming in this patch. And the only time he becomes online is when you're able to get this free pressure without any kind of conflict. And now you have a disconnected hero, so you have that little less lane push. So Furion's like, oh wow, this Furion's going to look mighty impressive.
So what you're telling me right now is that split push meta is back as long as your opponents are
45.
one hero down. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like as soon as he's disconnected, like these to be honest, these plays still probably occur because of course the Rubik is only level 3, didn't really have any way to cancel the push. So all these actions would still be occurring. The difference is simply
they don't stop.
It would take a little bit longer. It'd be a little bit annoying, but now it's just like I'm just gonna get my free tower. There's no fade bolt to annoy me.
And it ramps up as well, right? Like it's not like this can only occur for so long. The shenanigans then have to stop because there's more heroes across the map. This is a case where now you're playing against the Nature's Prophet and you have 4 heroes to split up across the entire map.
Can we do that thing where we have like the MVP vote, where we vote for like obviously everyone in Twitch chat and etc. votes for who's the best player at the end of this game, and then I want to have Rubik as 100% of the vote because his lack of presence is potentially the winning factor. But this is going to be great. 4v5, we've got a whole game on our hand. But I guess the important thing to note is the heroes left on FlyToMoon is still your initiate, your carry, your vision provider, and also your secondary initiate. So you still actually have the ability to take a fight. Technically speaking, it's just going to be pretty hard. Like, at least you haven't lost your Storm Spirit, right? Like, if you lost your Storm, that's pretty bad. But a Rubik, you can maybe gloss over.
As long as you find them not as 5, you can actually still take fights, is the point, right? Because, like, The thing about the Rubik is it gives you that counter initiation when you steal something good, like a Chrono, an RP, a Terrorize.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options for him.
Oh, of
But
course, yeah. Like Rubik provides that extra level to your team fight. You steal it from the opponent. Of course, it's the hero, but
but if you jump first, there's still potential. And they
Yeah,
are
of
wasting a lot of
course.
time looking for always want to fly. It's like, all right, bye. Good to see you, lads. To see you, lads. Oh, no. No trees left to hide behind. These ones are
goodbye,
moving.
tree.
Little trees just chase after him like, Daddy. Wow, when your little baby trees are turned against you. That's the sad story of tree versus nature's prophet.
Oh,
Grim
no,
tidings.
this is.
You never thought about that, did you? It's
No, so I was just staring at this game and looking at this. I'm literally like
Look at the Rubik
eyes locked into
disconnected.
the Rubik. Yeah,
it's like, will he
Like,
come
it's-
back? Won't he? It's like
he's
waiting
literally
for
just
the end of
living
the book.
ward.
Uh-oh.
Like General now dies mid. Like the whole game's collapsed for FlyToMoon. They have no place in the game, and like in lanes, like it's hard to move around. At this point in the game, everyone's meant to have like a buddy, right? The buddy system. Your Storm farms a jungle, and then your tree behind Lifestealer, your Rubik behind Batrider. Everyone plays with a buddy, and then anytime they make a move, you can counter gank, TP, rotate, utilize the Storm Zip. But now that you've lost this player, you're not really playing a game of Dota anymore. You're now just kind of existing, hoping that eventually you get enough farm to take a fight and hope that Empire might unplug their keyboards and mice and turn off their monitors and try and take a team fight, which could happen. I don't know. Power cuts do exist within the fine world.
Suddenly, 2 members of Empire drop. Do you want to wait? FlyToMoon? No. Just go.
Oh, someone is microing the Rubik. By that, I mean waddling him on the
Making
tower.
sure he doesn't completely die. It's important. And James will die.
Oh, look at them. They are debated by the AFK hero.
Vengeance has been had. As General picks up a very easy kill.
I wish they had a player cam right now on the Rubik, you know, just like at his desk, and just see him like frantically running around his room, like, I need a new cable. My cat ate my cable or something. I don't know what the excuse is. I put water in my keyboard. I don't know, everything blew up. But
To be honest, if we could, like, I think that's pretty torturous, because if we could actually see his feed, and the issue is like, he needs a cable, like a new Ethernet cable, we should probably give him the one we're using to film him running around his room frantically.
nah. We're in it for the content, boys.
Oh, well, I do say that,
Sorry.
you know,
Do you think
Tier 2 needs more
if
content.
they're shooting True Sight, right, and they were like, we need camera to work for True Sight or player to play the game, I think people care more about the True Sight.
Oh, no. No one cares about the bats, though. No one ever cares about the bats or the pixies. Well, we'll go down, and it'll be a 1-for-1 trade in the end.
Does this count as like this still counts as like an official game, even though it disconnected, right?
Yeah, whoever wins this gets
I mean,
the point.
like, I was thinking of like all the bets and stuff, right? How does
I
that
mean,
work?
sure. It's like,
Does it still
here's
count?
the thing. Like, it should be an easy cash in, but if you're wrong, you're that guy that was wrong in this
Oh.
situation.
Oh man, if you big brain the disconnect, wow, very smart. Oh, nearly dodging RP, but didn't throw it out. Pump faking it.
Oh, he still
Still
can't get out.
pump
Last
faking
who's there. Mastery is low, and Lightless down to half HP, has to run away, but he's being slowed. He might just be dead. Free grasp. Push back. They're setting him up for a good RP. They're like, I dare you. Do it right now. I want you to hit me.
FlyToMoon are still showing that their draft is still much better than Empire's, right? Even if they're a man down, if they take the fights correctly, dodge the RP, you know, play around like a core Fury, what's he gonna do? Orchid you? Ooh, you know, you're gonna get a BKB eventually. Like FlyToMoon. Oh, as much as it's 4v5, lads, this is very much still. If FlyToMoon can keep up the farm, keep up the pace, this could still be a decent game. It's just
If you
the void
keep
factor
killing
is
one.
kind of spooky.
Yeah, as long as
Yeah,
you keep
if you
killing
keep
one,
picking
you're
off,
good.
moving around, yeah. And also, the room might reconnect at some point. He is level 6 at an impressive 15 minutes. That is, whew.
Hey, he'll take what he can get, because technically the player has not been in the game for 15 minutes. Been gone for quite some time. This is like one of those time jumps in a movie, right? Where you come back to the town 20 years later. Everything changed since that day. Magnus had items. Void was winning. And then a Rubik
But, like,
just has...
it's actually pretty chill,
wasted.
right? The lifesteal, all he has to do, jump in the storm, jump out the storm, A-click, press rage once, and then Rubik, he can just play Rubik, right? Like, lifesteal is just an A-click hero. I mean, lifesteal, sorry.
I think he
the
wants
Rubik,
that.
he's getting micro back in. Ooh,
Oh,
we got a
he's
fire in our
getting-
hands.
yeah, that's General. He's like, I need some assistance. Just go for the Rubik kill instead. Please
Wait,
let
what?
me live.
Use any spells, Rubik. Okay, don't worry, buddy. Micro isn't the forte of
Oh,
these
they
players right
made
now, but-
Mastery in. Terrorize coming through.
I
And
suppose
the
got baited in.
carnage
Oh,
coming
crikey.
out from Morma's kisses. A kiss of death for Storm Spirit as he goes down. And Nature's Wrath really hurts on the level 6 Rubik.
Yeah, that was a bit of an awkward one, but oh well.
They tried.
I don't know really what to say at this point. We're watching a 4v5 captain's mode game with.
I'm just excited to see some snap fire, but then I'm unexcited because it is, as you said, 4v5.
So what happens to game 3 then? Are they gonna have to, just slap in a stand-in real quick? They're gonna stop captain's mode the game with 4v5, have to draft for the DC player straight away?
Well, I mean,
forfeit? What are we saying?
judging by this, they're definitely not going to have someone micro both heroes, but
No,
maybe they could get a stat.
They don't have no tail type.
No,
fella,
they ain't got no tail, they ain't got Liz, they ain't got
Some
anyone who
micro
does
bizarre.
micros.
Oh well. Yeah, this is a wacky, wild scenario.
Maybe they just do like an honorable agreement. They go Empire, choose one hero, one player to sit this one out. We'll just go. We'll go 4v4.
Empire. We would have demolished you game 2 if our Rubik was still in the game.
So let's make it
would
spicy.
You forfeit game 3 for us, please? Thanks. We gave you one win.
No. I was thinking like yeah. One of you DCs when we connect, and we'll have the same thing happen.
Oh,
then...
we'll just play. No, we'll play game 3 with one of your guys
4v4.
DC'd.
No, they're not going to go that far.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. That would be the honorable thing, right?
Like, look, if I have good internet, I should have an advantage. That's cool.
Like,
That's
so you're saying the Willow should just
elitist
DC,
way.
right? So Willow dips out 4v4 game.
There you go.
Okay.
You get it.
Sure.
They get a big kill on Master as well. And Lasso, I mean, they are making this work.
Oh yeah.
Like, good luck.
Okay. If you had to properly analyze this game right now, after this team fight expires.
RP. Well, it's backfiring now. Oh
Yeah.
boy. Get me out, Silent. Take me with you on the backline. Iceberg snipes
the
up
bashes.
Kadaro, and
Oh,
he's in trouble. Oh, can he actually get away with this? It's going to be close, but he can actually escape. There's the ball lining out long range.
The micro
makes
of the
it escape.
Huzzah.
Tatake. See you later, buddy. James will join you in the grave. Storm
lifesteal was
lives, and Empire is losing to 4 players.
Oh god. The lifesteal was like, guys, I just survived the RP. I'm going to jump inside my Bat Rider. Whilst I'm inside, I'm going to jump on the Rubik real quick, waddle his no boots butt back to mid, chuck in a cheeky little lift, and save my Storm Spirit.
There you go.
That was, yeah.
Meanwhile, turning General into a powerhouse with too much move speed. And here we go. Ball lightning in. Like, screw it. If it's going to be this hard to win, we better win quickly. Let's get in there. Murder every single member of Empire.
What I was going to say was, the issue that Empire have in this game is simply the psychology of the approach of this game is simply when you see one hero disconnected, you automatically think free win, right? So all the processes that you have developed of how to play the map, how to move aggressively, kind of get unworked because you see that one guy disconnected and always keep seeing green. So he's got living armor on him. He might live.
They silenced him. He's definitely not living. I think you miscalculated that one. Silent will TP away.
Oh, the bash again.
And the bash is there. He's dead. Okay, back and forth on the teeter totter. Both teams overestimating their abilities.
Yeah, this is but no, yeah, I think Empire right now, they're playing at such a high tempo because they see one guy disconnected, and if FlyToMoon can punish that, then sure, this could, in a really awkward sense, be drawn out a little bit longer. But when they overstay, they can't always overstay objectives. Like the ability to play out objectives with FlyToMoon is pretty much gone, simply because obviously a man down. And we just saw them fight behind the wall of Roshan.
Mastery just sniped out General. So always want to fly is just here to join his teammates in the grave.
Boop.
And the only person living, the only person which they are looking for right now is the DC player.
And he is currently hugging his fountain.
Getting
all the riches of being AFK.
So that was a celebrate kisses from
Hey guys, a quick question. By the way, point. Rubik has more net worth than the connected tree. 3 gold ahead, by the way. 3 whole pennies ahead of the tree.
Keep it going, baby. Keep it going. Don't pick up those bounty runes. Actually, there's the bounty rune on their side. They're going to get treant ahead. Here it comes.
Hold up. Ooh, what do you mean bounty? Everyone's shit. What are you about?
What?
Has to get it. Yeah. What do you mean the bounty rune? Everyone's going to get that.
Yeah, for... Oh, wait, yeah, sorry, yeah, I'm getting... I know where I'm looking wrong.
Okay,
I
welcome
thought...
back.
Yeah.
No. They're on the same team.
They're on the same team. No.
Just wait for 1 CS. The anticipation for the tree to walk in and get 1 CS to overtake the disconnected player.
Or he could die.
Or he...
This is always one to fly.
Die. No, I am so ready for this.
This is
my excitement right now. Oh, it's only...
Don't jump.
It's now 2 gold. It's now 2 gold.
He's not gonna know.
No, it's not. I've really done
Yeah,
some terrible math.
I tell you what, I was worried about
Oh,
my
gee, I
identified
misread that.
teams.
Oh,
You can't
God,
even do maths, buddy. We're both
Oh,
bad.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
I tell you what, like I
Ignore
hope.
that. I misread the number. It was kind of
I
blurry
hope your
for me.
coaching doesn't involve numbers. That's all I'm saying.
Uh,
Rubik's getting richer. Always want to fly is getting poorer. He will in a sec if he dies. Or is this the big play?
it's like 153 gold, kind of. Thanks. Bye. Just gonna prove my maths real quick. Thanks.
Well done. You updated your maths.
Yeah.
Good thing you got a calculator on your PC.
Yeah, when it gets big, when it gets to big numbers, I'm fine. The little ones are confusing. You know, the 3s and the 4s, they look like 7s and 12s, right?
Yeah, you know.
That was. I'm just gonna put that out there just for the people. That was clearly a meme. I can do maths. Thanks. Bye.
You're not the first person that said to me they like things bigger. And Empire, they like this series longer, as they are definitely looking like they're cruising their way into a third game here. As FlyToMoon
like Empire have shown a masterclass on how to execute a draft when one player up.
You know, it's not easily done. I mean, first of all, you have to find the IP address.
All right, let's not go that far.
No, there was no malicious intent here.
Things go wrong. But
Empire didn't do anything.
It's just such a sad way to see FlyToMoon lose, because they honestly they played the first game so well, and they had such good rotations from the Storm and such good laning presence in this game. And as soon as the Rubik disconnected, every tower was taken and the whole kind of place in the game was lost. So yeah.
Yeah, a moment of silence for his.
I'm going to make it clear, by the way. I'm going to make it clear. I was right, by the way. At the point in which I said 3 and 4, it was right. It just obviously he started buying stuff and dropping stuff, and you know. Okay. So my maths was right at the moment, but then it dwindled when I continued. Whew. Thank God for watching them.
Got it covered.
With the delay.
Well, you know, at the moment, it's a big lull for FlyToMoon's Rubik, and a big lull, according to Twitch chat, for all people that bet on FlyToMoon. As I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. Hopefully, they can find a stand-in for the next game. I hope.
I'm ready, guys. Let's put the tree on to fall. I'll play 5, lads.
Yep, I'll be amply flaming him the whole way.
Let's go.
I'll be emulating the chat because none of them will speak good English. Actually, I think 1 or 2 of them do, but they'll be communicating Russian, so you'll be very confused here.
Sure, I don't need to really.
Oh, hello.
What Pain Gaming did.
Oh no, the RP, the
some light combos.
It was so close, and now it is most definitely not.
And they've tapped out.
They're like, no,
Splendid.
this is just stupid. We're done here. Get us out of this game. Game 2, go on the way, Empire.
What a horrendous way to lose a game of Dota 2. I think, sure, we might be going to a game 3. I have no idea, but yeah, cool. It's kind of a non-factor game.
Yeah, there's not really much analysis to be had here. Could have been.
It's just yeah. If they play a third game, it's just a best of 1. But in reality, I don't know. It's whatever. Unfortunate for FlyToMoon. This should have been a close game. I think the drafts overall were pretty good from both teams. I think Void had a pretty solid mid to late game presence. FlyToMoon had like an insane way of just punishing and pressuring. But again, when you don't have the players, you don't have the ability to even execute. So yeah.
All we do at this point to finish the analysis is open up Twitch chat and then specifically call out Gashi for saying that we're not even trying to analyze this game. The end doesn't have an analysis. It's pretty straightforward. Even a kindergarten kid could figure it out. One of those little portraits was different than the others, and that was bad. And as a result, there will need to be a third game. And after this short break, we'll find out the details of that.
Extra gold, right? Yeah, they're getting the same gold because it's a lobby, so they're not even getting a bonus from the disconnected guy.
No, so it was all tits up for them, and now you can see Ogre's tits as we go into a break. Be right back.